Over the years I've tried many ways of recording audio for my videos. I'm going to go through a few of them now so you can compare. The simplest thing you can do is just use the audio direct from your camera. I'm currently using a Canon M50 mirrorless, which has the added advantage of this screen here, so I can look at myself while I'm recording, which the earlier models of the Canon EOS Ms did not have. This is pretty important when you're using multiple cameras to record yourself. I use a mirror on a tripod to be able to see the back of cameras. The audio is not too bad for a camera. I'll play a piece that, according to the internet, you'll love. Now I'm just going to use the Google metronome. We'll set it nice and fast. I've never found a metronome that works properly. They're always speeding up or slowing down. That was a joke. It's actually me that speeds up or slows down. That was mansplaining. That's when a man explains something that's clearly obvious and needs no explanation. That was mansplaining. Let's just get started. That was raw from the camera. Camera audio has come a long way from the early days. There is a bit too much noise for my liking, and the sound is a little dead. With a bit of EQ, I can get this. Something I used for many years is one of these cables. So it plugs straight in your guitar and then USB straight in your computer. My guitar has quite a nice pickup in it and it sounds great when it's amplified, but I found that through these cables it just doesn't sound that good. While the noise is basically zero, it suffers from being mono and the sound kind of sits in the middle of your head. A bit of EQ might fix it up, but I think it needs some delay effects and panning to give it some depth. But I like the instrument to create the depth of sound, not a computer. Many years ago I bought one of these audio recording devices. This is a Zoom H1. It has a stereo condenser microphone setup and recording through that sounds quite good. So this is one set up right in front of me, very close, but not so close that it's in the frame of the shot. Have a listen. Again, straight from the recorder, it feels similar to the camera audio, but it has less noise and the stereo has more depth. I can make this better with some EQ tweaking. Have a listen. Later on I bought another one of these devices. This is the Zoom H1N. The H1N has an improved interface, but overall the sound quality is pretty much the same. I've got them set up about a metre apart, both pointing at the sound hole on the guitar. Have a listen. While the stereo recording of one mic is good, having two and then panning them can make the stereo even better. And I always like to tweak the EQ across the frequencies. I generally drop the mids down, make the bass a little bit punchier and the trebles a bit more brighter. So if we now take a whole bunch of these recordings and mix them all together and just create a huge spacious sound, then we end up with this. To me that was a little bit overproduced and the sound feels kind of distant. If I was going to go to the effort of layering like this, I'd probably only use 2, maybe 3 takes, and that's why I had to use the metronome, so that they always line up together. And of course, a key to good recording with microphones is to have a quiet environment. So as you can see, the more equipment and the more times you spend playing the same thing over and over, and the more effort you go into editing the audio, you can get quite a full, rich sound. And that's without going to more expensive microphones. These little condenser microphones are quite brutal. They pick up everything, every car that went past while I was playing all this, every bus comes through and you can hear that. So at the moment, these 2 microphones with a bit of panning and EQ is my preferred method. In the future, I might try out things like dynamic microphones through an interface. And delay effects such as reverb. At the moment I've left all that alone. I just let the room have its own natural reverb. I hope you found this interesting, and I'll see you in the next video.